Hello, boys and girls. How you doing? It's me, Justin Hawkins. Sorry, good day to you, one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. Now, a lot of you have been saying to me, how comes you ain't never done nothing about that royal blood? They've been going for quite a while now, actually. They formed in 2011, and they got a new song, what came out, and everybody's saying, oh, go on, never go on that. So I'm going to do that, actually. So the song that they've done is called Mountains at Midnight. I suppose it's just come out because they've got another album, Back to the Water Below, due for release on September the 8th. Anyway, I'm going to listen to it and tell you what I reckon. Justin Hawkins rides again. Yes. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this, actually, because I like bands when there's one or two people just making a really good noise. This is one of them. They're a rock duo. They formed in 2011. This new track of theirs sees the band return to their heavier, groove-leaning side after some sort of disco experimentation on their previous record. I remember my producer told me that at some point they were describing that sort of excursion, the experimental excursion, as a cross between disco and AC/DC, thus AC Disco. Although I would argue that the AC/DC disco experimentation would have happened around about maybe the last track of Highway to Hell, which was, what was it called again? Love Hungry Man, something like this. You're the one that I'm waiting for. And then the bass was going. And I think a lot of AC/DC enthusiasts at the time was like, what the f*** is that? And I think it even had a section where Phil Rudd forfeited the opportunity to do his trademark sort of hi-hat pattern and went over to the ride. But AC/DC enthusiasts in 1980 went mental about that. They were probably more upset about that than when Bon Scott passed away. I'm obviously exaggerating, but you get the point. And I think there's even like a little bit of AC. I would say Who Made Who was a bit sort of disco. You know, not disco, maybe. It was of its time. Let's say that it was of its time. Anyway, drummer Ben Thatcher said of the upcoming effort, I think this record was about letting the ideas take us where they needed to go. If there was a song that was calling us to do something that wasn't typically what we're known for, that's where we're going to go. Fair enough, to play for the song, isn't it? The songs are in charge, and if that means having a record that's quite varied, that's what we're going to do. Or that's what we're going to go for, rather than trying to shoehorn everything into the same world. As a result, we've made a record that's a bit of a roller coaster. It's everything we could do. That's amazing. Okay, I love roller coaster records. I like to think of a record as like... I like to think of records in general, but I mean, I just think... If you think about an old Queen record, you know, there's so much variety and... I don't know, it's like this, the explorations on a song-by-song basis can take you in any direction at all, from vaudeville to, you know, inventing indie rock or whatever it is they did, you know. Hopefully it's that varied. Not many bands can do that. It'd be amazing if these two guys can. I mean, not because I don't have any faith in them, just I'm not really familiar with their music. I know what I think they do. This is going to be really interesting, I think. Again. Here we go. Get the bone, give a boo, give boo boo, give. God, it's really deceptive, that drum beat. At the beginning, it sort of sounds like it's going to be a Carib, one of my favourite beats of all. But then it sort of straightens out a bit and never quite gets into that sort of fall to the floor groove, which I really adore. And I'm wondering if that's how, like when it hits the chorus or some other kind of refrain, whether it really opens up and satisfies with something that just drives it home and says, we're royal blood, eat this, motherfuckers! I'm a ticking time bomb who can see the contrast in this approach, video-wise, to that of the Jonas Brothers. Now, the Jonas Brothers, if you recall, their video, which is about waffles or whatever the fuck it was. Sorry, not to dismiss it, but the waffle one seemed to be some really good-looking people, exposed brick. Oh, some underground club in fucking London full of beautiful people. I just shut the doors and set fire to it. That's what I say. But this one here seems to be more like it's much more edgy. It's black and white. I mean, it looks like a repurposed warehouse or something like that. And the people who are dancing, they don't know how to dance, but it's not going to stop them from trying. It's my kind of place. Oh yeah, it's a gig. That's what I mean, yeah. People kissing in a club? Oh yeah, that's what they do. Oh, cool. Key change. Okay, brilliant. So, I mean, that riff that you heard at the beginning with a then it goes up. I think it goes up by 5 semitones, which sort of suggests that it's the beginning of a blues progression almost. But what I love about that is when you hear that transition from it's I'm sorry, I wasn't doing a very accurate interpretation of the riff, because more or less the riff doesn't matter. What in essence it's going from B. You can hear how satisfying that chord is. It's just like you want it to go back to the B afterwards, and it just, I mean, it's not, I wouldn't describe that as roller coaster in itself, and I'm not suggesting that Royal Blood were in their press release earlier. I think what they were talking about is, you know, the variety of the album as a body of work. But even within this, that journey from there to suddenly hit that E is like, it just takes you out of the familiarity of that B, but in a really satisfying way, because it's what you want to hear. It's actually a really AC/DC move, if you ask me. And that when that sort of trashy kind of guitar without the sort of bass octave stuff happening on it, that is, I don't know, it's got a bit of Blur Song 2 about it, maybe a little bit of The Hives, that kind of sort of more modern punkiness to it. This is pretty cool, I think. You know, the dynamics are great because that is really filling the, you know, it's really the sonic signature that I was expecting from Royal Blood. It's kind of like, it reminds me of some of the stuff that I've heard of theirs before. But then that little trashy one's really cool, isn't it? What you were before. But they haven't done this, they haven't sort of squashed the drums in the same way that a Song 2 would. So the drums is just really rocking, and then there's just a little nasty guitar over there while he's singing the verse. It's cool. I love that riff, actually. And a really cool sort of counter melody there, sung by the backing vocalist. If I had to guess, it would be Kerr himself doing like an overdub. I mean, I wonder who does it live. Maybe the drummer does it live. What do you think, Ben? Perhaps Ben's doing that. Who knows? Who knows? You'll have to go and see Royal Blood live to check it out. What is that part? I just want to try and get that. Cool. This bit's cool. But it sounds like it's probably going. But there's a really perfect major third harmony over the top. So, and I don't think he's playing that. I reckon that might be one of the settings on his whammy pedal or something like that. It's something like a digitally painted in harmony. Just going back to 2 minutes 12. Yeah, it's really cool. It always reminds me of, like, to put that sort of third in. It sort of reminds me of that sort of the Jimmy Page stuff when he'd be slashing around and he'd, when it's got like the full chord around it and the chord, like it never doesn't change from. It's a major shape all the way across. It doesn't sound quite right, but in the best possible way. You know what I mean? Like it's not harmonically sympathetic to the lyrics and melody that he was doing. The melody that he was doing earlier. But it doesn't matter because it's kind of like it's just about the riff and some sort of harmonic accompaniment to that. It's really good. I like his voice when he sings soft as well. It's nice. So I think about this drum beat is like, if you want to headbang to it, you don't be going dum dum ba dum 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 dum. You don't do that. You listen to what the hi-hat's doing, which is this. Yeah. Okay, that's fucking great. I love it. Awesome. So I mean, that's kind of my first attempt at looking at what Royal Blood are up to. It's really good stuff, isn't it? I mean, it's a great riff. I didn't catch any of the lyrics, but it's got that sort of distorted and saturated treatment to it, which demands repeat listens, really, because you need to find out what he's on about. But yeah, it's really cool, isn't it? It's like it's not a normal drum beat. They're definitely not doing disco stuff. This is really good. Nice one. So, Royal Blood, congratulations, my friends. Lovely stuff. Justin Hawkins rides again. No, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to go, Justin Hawkins rides again. Much more dramatic, isn't it? Got to do what's right for the song, as Royal Blood was saying earlier. I'm tempted. I'm definitely going to go and see Royal Blood live when they come past my village, because I'd love to see who's doing the backing vocals and how this translates to live. As I said before, whenever there's two guys making a sound like that, it's exciting to me. I'm a big fan of things like the Black Keys and the White Stripes and Royal Blood. It's great stuff. Nice one. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and watch one of these two videos. I love you very much, and I'll see you on the ice. Cheers. Okay.